Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Welcome to our first PU Computer Science online classes, the generation of computers. Now, in today's concept, we are going to complete the generation of computers, and we know that many generations are there. The generation called as the first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation, and fifth generation. So by dividing this period into various generations are first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So each generation is characterized by a major technological development. The meaning we can say as in simple words, each generation going to develop or contain some more important new features compared to the last generation. So the same thing I said, each generation is characterized by a major technological development compared to our last generation, and this generation or this development help to develop the smaller computer, reliable computer. The meaning of the reliable, we can use repetitively, again and again, oftenly. Clear this point here. The smaller reliable computer, and also the economical. In Kannada we can say that Arthika. Clear this point here. So the economical and also the efficient computer. The efficient we can say as the Samartha computer. Clear this point here. So we can say that means in each generation some of the development we change, we got some new development, some new features compared to our last generation. And this development helped to develop this smaller computer, reliable computer, economical computer, efficient computer, devices. The devices only call as the machine only call as the computer. Now we know that this is just only the introduction of the generation of the computers. Now we are going to discuss each generation one by one by using their features here. So the first generation, the starting year is the 1942-1956 and the vacuum tubes. So we can say that the basic component is the vacuum tube. So the first generation basic component is the vacuum tubes. Clear this point here. VACUUMTUBES, vacuum tubes here. Now what's the use of the vacuum tubes here? So the computer or the first generation computer used the vacuum tube for switching the circuits. Now what's the meaning of switching of the circuits here? The meaning of switching circuits means to switch on the internal part of the computer. So what's the mean of the internal part of the computer? That means we know that to work, to switch on, just to get the result in anything in computer, first of all we need to switch on the internal operation of the computer. So just we can say as the first generation computer used the vacuum tube, and vacuum tube is the basic component, also called as the basic component of first generation is the vacuum tube, and such vacuum tube is used to switch on the internal operation of the computer, to switch on the circuit. Clear this point here. And also we can say about the magnetic drum were used for the memory, but nowadays we are not using any drum core to store any kind of information in computer. So we can say that nowadays we are using some of the chips, okay, the size of the chip is very small. So we can say, what about in our first generation of the computer, the magnetic drums, clear this point here, the magnetic drums were used for the memory to store any kind of the information. And totally we can say that the first generation computer used 17,000 vacuum tubes, clear this point here, used the 17,000 vacuum tubes just for our one computer. So nowadays that means we are using mostly the microprocessor to do some of the internal operation of the computer. But what about in our first generation of the computer, totally just to work, just for one computer to work it in proper manner, they used, the computer used the 17,000 vacuum tubes here. And the 17,000 vacuum tubes, what's the weight? The weight is the 30 tons here. So to keep all those the 17,000 vacuum tubes, they occupied an area of a large hall. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Just for one computer ಗೆ nowadays we are using the microprocessor to perform internal operation. ಆದರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದಾದ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ just for to run one computer in proper manner, the 17,000 vacuum tubes were used in one computer. And what's the ton? The ton is the 30 tons here. And also to install 17,000 vacuum tubes idlikke namge chikka room saakagtirlilla. So just only to keep it to occupied, or such vacuum tubes occupied an area of a big hall, the large room, clear this point here, because they were large in size. But ಈಗಿನ ಕಾಲನ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರಿಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ರೂಮ್ ಬೇಕಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಸಾಕಾಗ್ತದೆ just to install the one computer, just to keep one computer, clear this point here. But we know that we in the first generation, we are in the discussion about our first generation. So they were large in size and produced more amount of heat. Why? Because for one computer, how many vacuum tubes? Totally 17,000 vacuum tubes. So they produced large amount of the heat here. So this is some explanation about the first generation of the computer. Now let's the features of the first generation. So we can say that the first point, I am going to start from the vacuum tube only. We know that what's the use of the vacuum tube? The basic component, the first generation basic component is the vacuum tube, and such vacuum tube is or were used for the internal operation of the computers. If you are not doing any internal operation in computer, that means sure we can say that no any result of the computer, not anything going to display on monitor, clear this point here. First of all, whatever is that we need to switch on the internal part of the computer. If you are switching the internal part, then only we can say that we will get the result of the computer, or any information very easily we get on the monitor. So the first point, the first feature of the first generation, the vacuum tubes were used for the internal operation of the computer. And the second point we can say about our magnetic drums. Why we using the magnetic drums? We know that the magnetic drums were used for the memory. Clear this point here. Now magnetic drums first generation alli yake use ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು? The magnetic drum ಅದನ್ನು ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಡ್ರಮ್ ಅಂತ thing ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಲೇಟರ್ ದಿ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ದಟ್ ನವೇಡೇಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಕೀಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿ ಮಾನಿಟರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್. ಈಸ್ ಇಟ್? ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ನನಗೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನು ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ನಾನು ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ? ಕೀಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನು ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ದಿ ಡಾಟಾ. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಶುವರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್. ದಿ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಆಸ್ ದಿ ಮಾನಿಟರ್. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ಅದು ನಾನು ಈಗಿನ ಕಾಲದ ವಿಷಯ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಬಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್? ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ದಿ ಪಂಚ್ಡ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ದಿ ಪಂಚ್ಡ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಔಟ್ were used for the input and the output operations. Clear this point here? To perform the operations like our input operation. ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನು ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ನಮಗೆ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನು ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ ನಾವು ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕೂಡ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್? ಸೊ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ದಟ್ ಇನ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ಸ್, yeah, the punched card and printout were used for the input operation and also for our printout for the output operations. Clear this point here? And the next features we can say that about the processing speed of a computer. What do you mean by a processing speed? Processing speed anta helidre computer ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್? in 1 second it will provide the result of the computer to the user. Clear this point here? So we can say that the processing speed of the computer is very slow. Clear this one? So the processing speed of the computer is very slow in our first generation of the computer. So whatever is there, maybe if you want any result, that means first of all we are going to check what's the processing speed of the computer, the speed of the computer. If processing speed is high, sure we'll get all result in 1 second, but maybe the processing speed is very low, sure we need to wait it for a longer time. It takes the time. Clear this point here? So the fourth point, in our first generation the processing speed was very slow. Clear this one? And later next one is about next point we can say that this system ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಹೆಸರಿದೆ, ಮಷೀನ್ ಇದೆ, ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್? ಆಲ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಬಟ್ ನೇಮ್ ಈಸ್ that means we can say that for computer we can call by using many names here. So this system was very expensive. Clear this point here? In our first generation, why? Because we know that just for one computer we need 17,000 vacuum tubes, and also we need the large hall, occupied an area of a big hall. Clear this point? They were large in size. So because of this reason we can say that this system, the computer, was very expensive in our first generation computer. Clear this point here? The first generation computer here, and the later words we can say that this system was very huge. Clear this point here? The system was very huge. I already said why? Because we need the large hall to keep one computer in correct place or in one place here. So this system was very large, and also we can say that non-portable. Now what do you mean by a non-portable? That means the portable means we can place the computer from one place to the another place. But what about in our first generation? The computer was non-portable. Okay, we can't place the computer from one room to the another room, from one place to the another place. Clear this point here? This system was very huge as well as the non-portable. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? non-portable ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಪೋರ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ತಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಬಹುದು. ಬಟ್ ನಾನ್ ಪೋರ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ that means we can say that we can't carry the computer or anything from one place to the another place. Clear this point here? And the last point we can say that in feature of first generation, the last thing, the systems, that means the computer were not faster. Whether it is a faster, no, it is the computer was not faster also, and not more powerful also, not reliable here, and also we can say that how did not have much memory. Clear this point here? That means we can't store lot of information by using our first generation of the computers. Clear this point here? So this is all the features about our first generation of the the computers. Now let's, after completing the first generation, just some important note in our first generation of the computer. We know that now we are in the concept of generation of computer. Now just in this class I started the first generation of the computers and the year 1940 to 1956, and the basic component is the vacuum tubes. Clear this point here? And the first point, that means we know that the vacuum tubes were used for the internal operation of the computer, that means to work properly the internal part of the computer here. And later next one, what about the magnetic drum? Magnetic drum ಯಾಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು? ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. So the magnetic drum were used for the memory here. And later next one, like today we are using the keyboard and monitor, but what about in our first generation? The punched card and the printout were used for our input as well as the output operation. And also the speed, the processing speed of the computer was very slow. Clear this point? And later next one, the system was very expensive, and also we can say that the system was very huge, non-portable, and finally we can say the system was not faster, was not more powerful here, and also not reliable. Clear this point here? Reliable means we can't use for repetitively work. Okay, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪುನಃ ನಾವು ಮಾಡುವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ in our first generation of the computers. Okay, yeah. And later next one, finally we can say that it did not have much memory, we can't store lot of information by using our first generation of the computers. Now let's, before going to the second generation of the computer, some important note about our ENIAC, EDVOC and the UNIVAC. Okay, so now some of the important note about the computers, ENIAC, EDVOC, UNIVAC. We know that in 1945 the John Presper, or the first fully electronic computer, in 1945 the first completely or fully electronic computer, the computer name called as the ENIAC. ENIAC, ENIAC. Full form is the Electrical Numerical Integrator and Computer. Electrical Numerical Integrator and Computer was developed or built by John Presper Arkwright and John W. Mauchly. Clear this point here? ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಮಿಷಿನ್ 1945 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಹೆಸರು ಜಾನ್ ಪ್ರಿಸ್ಪರ್ ಆಕ್ರಿಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಜಾನ್ ಡಬ್ಲ್ಯೂ ಮೌಚ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮಷೀನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಮಷೀನ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರಿನ ಹೆಸರು ಇನಾಕ್. ವಿ ನೋ ದಿ ಫುಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಇನಾಕ್, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ನ್ಯೂಮ್ಯಾರಿಕಲ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್? So developed by the John Presper Arkwright and John W. Mauchly. Now some of the important features of ENIAC. The features of the ENIAC. So we can say that the ENIAC computer used more than 2000 vacuum tubes. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರಿಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಯೂಮ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ಸ್? 17,000. ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಯಾವ ಇಯರಿನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ? 1945 ಅಲ್ಲಿ. 1945 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರಿನ ಹೆಸರು ಇನಾಕ್. ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದವರು ಜಾನ್ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ಪರ್ ಆಕ್ರಿಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಜಾನ್ ಡಬ್ಲ್ಯೂ ಮೌಚ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇನಾಕ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಟೋಟಲಿ more than 2000 vacuum tubes and nearly using 18,000 kilometer of the wires. Clear this point here? To connect, just to get the result. And what's the input we using in computer? Then sure, whatever the input we using in our computer, sure we are waiting for the result. Correct? No, after inputting of the data here. So just to get the result by using computer, that means totally nearly using 18,000 kilometer of the wires. Adre ಈಗ ನಮಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ವೈರ್ ಬೇಕಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ ಈಗಿನ ಕಾಲದ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ಗೆ. But we know that we are in 1945. We are going to discuss about the year 1945. So ಇನಾಕ್ ಅಂತ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ more than 2000 vacuum tube ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿತ್ತು for the internal operation of the computers. And also 18,000 kilometer of the wires here. And what about the floor space? ಎಷ್ಟು ಜಾಗ ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು ಆ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಇಟ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ? So 167 square meter of the floor space. Clear this point here? 167 square meter of the floor space. ಅಷ್ಟು ಜಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು just for our one computer. The name of the computer is called as the ENAC here. So clear this one about the note about the ENAC. So ENAC in a full form ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ನ್ಯೂಮ್ಯಾರಿಕಲ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದವರು ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಯಾರಂತ. ಅಂಡ್ ಲೇಟರ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಸಮ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫೀಚರ್ಸ್, ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಮೋರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 2000 ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಯೂಮ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ 18,000 kilometer of the wires, as well as it needs here 167 square meter of the floor space here. Now after working on the ENAC for 2 years, after the 2 years, the John Presper Arkwright and John W. Mauchly introduced one more computer. The name of the computer called as the EDVAC, EDVAC. EDVAC, the full form of the EDVAC. E electronic, D discrete, V variable, A automatic, and C computer. Clear this point here? So developed by our, after the 2 years they developed one more machine. The scientist name John Presper Arkwright and John W. Mauchly developed the machine computer. The computer name EDVAC, full form of the EDVAC, electronic, discrete, variable, automatic computer. Clear this point here? Now some important features of the EDVAC. So it contains the more internal memory. Clear this point here? What about the internal memory? That means we can store lot of information in computer. So maybe when you are going to compare to ENAC and EDVAC, our EDVAC contains the more internal memory power. Clear this point here? It contains the more internal memory power here compared to any other computer here. And also this EDVAC machine used the binary. Clear this point here? Used the binary digit, that is 0 and 1, rather than using the decimal numbers. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಇನ್ಯಾಕ್ ಈಗಿನ ಕಾಲದ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ 0 and 1 ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಮೇ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೀವು ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ಗೆ ಇಂಪುಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಕೀಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಇಂಪುಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ ಆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯ ನೀವು ಇಂಪುಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಿರಿ, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಬಟ್ ಅವರ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ಈಚ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ ಇಂಪುಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ಗೆ, ಅದೇ ಕ್ಷಣ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, ಆ ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ತದೆ ಯಾವ ನಂಬರಿಗೆ, ಅವರ್ ಬೈನರಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ನಂಬರಿಗೆ. Binary format number, short form is the bit, BIT, and full form of the BIT, that is called as the binary digit here. And the binary digit value are 0 and 1. Clear this point here? Why? Because the computer understand only the bit format language. The language, the values are the 0 and 1. And after the processing here, when it going to produce the result, ಯಾವಾಗ ಅದು ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ, ಹೋಗುವ ಮುಂಚೆ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಮುಂಚೆ ಅದು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, ಯಾವ ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಆ ಡಾಟಾಗೆ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ರೀಸನ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸಚ್ ಡಾಟಾ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್? ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಸಿ ಇನ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾನರ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ we are going to input the data. That means we can understand such data, and how you are inputting the data, such one later was our computer going to convert into the bit format here, and before going to display the result on monitor, again it going to convert such data into the data onto the monitor here. So because of this we can understand such data here. So clear this point here? So this is about our some important note. But in our ENAC also decimal number use ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ binary digit number 0 and 1. Clear this point here? 0 and 1 the binary digit, decimal number ಯಾವ್ದು ಇರ್ತದೆ, 0 to 9. That means 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, totally 10 numbers. Okay, kya? totally the 10 numbers are there in our decimal number, but when you are going to say you are going to count, you need to count that is from the 0 to the 9 here, and in our binary digit 2 numbers only, but the numbers are 0 and 1, that is equal to 2 here. So clear this point here. So some of the features of the advanced, so in our feature in computer advanced, we can say that it contains more internal memory here, and also using the bit format number, that is the 0 and 1 here, and rather than using the decimal numbers here. Other computer inakeಲ್ಲ decimal number ಅಲ್ಲಿ understand ಮಾಡ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಆದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ advanced just by using the binary number they are understanding all those, or they are going to convert by using the binary format values here. And later next one is the UNIVAC. So what about the UNIVAC here? The full form of the UNIVAC, Universal Automatic Computer. So was the first commercial computer. Commercial ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, business computer. Clear this point here. So UNIVAC first of all starting ಅಲ್ಲಿ business computer introduced ಆದದ್ದು. So ಆ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರಿನ ಹೆಸರು UNIVAC. UNIVAC. The full form of the UNIVAC is the Universal Automatic Computer and was the first commercial computer. Clear this point. So after completing the note about ENIAC, ADVOC, UNIVAC, now we are going to discuss about our second generation of the computers. Clear this point here. Now I am going to discuss about the second generation of the computers, and the second generation of the computers, the year 1956 to the 1963 here, and the basic component is the transistors. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಇಯರ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ, 1940 ಇಂದ 1956, ಆದ್ರೆ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ನಾನು ಯಾವ್ದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಯೂಮ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ಸ್. ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಯೂಮ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಅವರ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್? ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈಚ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಈಸ್ characterized by a major technological development. When you are going to compare our each generation, the next generation developed some more features compared to our last generation. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಯಾವಾಗ ನೀವು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಹೊಸ ಫೀಚರ್ಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗುವಾಗ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸೊ we can say that in our second generation of the computer, the year 1956 to 1963, and the computer, that means the basic component of the second generation is the transistors. So the computer which were built, developed using transistors became the second generation of the computer. Just only ಈ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಯೂಮ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬಟ್ ಈ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಯೂಮ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದರ ಬದಲಿಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ದಿ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ವಿಚ್ ವರ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಡ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ became the second generation of the computers. And when you are going to compare the first and second generation, the vacuum tube and the transistor was far superior compared to the vacuum tubes. Why? Because we know that the disadvantage of the vacuum tubes produced more amount of heat. Clear this point here. ಯಾವಾಗ ನೀವು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಯೂಮ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟರ್ಗೆ, ನಾವು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು, superior vacuum tubes here. Now let's, after completing some point in our second generation, now we are going to discuss about the features of the second generation of the computer. Now ನೋಡುವ second generation ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ features ಗೆ ನಾವು add ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. So we know that I'm going to start from the transistors only. So the transistors were used for the internal operation. We know the meaning of the internal operation, correct? No, internal operation ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Why? Because to work the internal part of the computer. ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾವು ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ internal part of the computer, sure we won't get the result, any result in our computer. Clear this point. So before going to get any result, first of all we should know we need to switch on the internal parts of the computer. So we can say that the first feature only transistor. Transistor ಅನ್ನು ಯಾಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಈ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? ಯಾಕೆ ಯಾಕೆಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಟು ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆನ್ the internal operations of the computer. Clear this point here. And later next one about our second feature. So ನಮ್ಮ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಡ್ರಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ದಟ್ ದಿ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಕೋರ್, ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್, CORE, ದಿ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಕೋರ್ were used for, or the magnetic core for main memory was used. Clear this point here. So just only ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಕೋರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Clear this point. So this is about our second features here. And also we can say that in our second generation many high level languages were developed. Clear this point here. So many languages are there, maybe the C++, Java, SQL, so like that many type of the languages are there here. But in our second generation ಕೆಲವೊಂದು high level languages develop ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So some of the high level languages are COBOL and Fortran. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಕೋಬಾಲ್. ಸೊ ಹೈ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಇನ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜಿನ ಹೆಸರು ನಾನು ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಸೊ ದಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಕೋಬಾಲ್, COBOL. ಓಕೆ, ದಿ ಫುಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕೋಬಾಲ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಕಾಮನ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಓರಿಯೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್, COBOL, ಕಾಮನ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಓರಿಯೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್. And also developed one more language, high level language, for Fortran. The spelling is the FORTRAN, FORTRAN. The full form is the formula translator. Clear this point here. And lastly we can say that the last feature of the second generation, the systems were faster, more powerful, more reliable here, smaller in size, cheaper, and had more memory. Clear this point. So all are the features going to join with our second generation of the computers. Artha aita second generation alli. So second generation, and now lastly we are going to recall some point about our second generation of the computer. ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅದರ ಇಯರ್ 1956 ಇಂದ 1963. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟರ್, ದಿ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ transistors. Clear this point here. Transistor. Now some of the features: the transistor for internal operations, magnetic core for main memory, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ magnetic core, and some high level languages were developed. The languages like COBOL, common business oriented language, and also formula translator. And finally the system, the computer were faster, ತುಂಬಾ faster ಇತ್ತು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಗೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನಾವು. Okay, so faster, more powerful, reliable, that means we can work again and again by using the computer. Clear this point here. And the reliable here, and also smaller, that means the size of the computer little bit smaller compared to our first generation. And also lastly the cheaper. Okay, and we can store lot of information by using our second generation of the computers. And after completing this second generation of the computer, now let's our third generation of the computer. So when you are going to compare our first, second, third, fourth and fifth, the third generation computer is a very important. Why? Because this generation computer, or the third generation computer, is a very important generation point. Clear this point here. Compared to our other generation, why? Because in this generation developed a lot, it contains some more features compared to our any other generations here. So the third generation of computers, and in third generation of computers the year going to start from 1964 to 1971, 1964 to 1971. And for internal operation, IC, the full form of the IC, integrated circuits. Clear this point here. IC full form, so this is the short form of the IC. The full form of the IC is the integrated circuit here. And who developed the IC? The IC was developed by our Jack Kilby. Clear this point here. Jack Kilby. So now let's some more important features or the point about our third generation of the computers. So we can say that the computers which were built using IC, integrated circuit, became the third generation of the computer. Same ನಮ್ಮ first generation ಅಲ್ಲಿ vacuum tube for internal operations, second generation ಅಲ್ಲಿ transistors for internal operation. Now for internal operation third generation ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ? IC ಅನ್ನು, IC full form ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, integrated circuit ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ನಾವು. ಓಕೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದವರು ಜಾಕ್ ಕೆಲ್ಬೆ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. Now we can say that, and we know why, because to store any information in first generation magnetic drum, and in second generation magnetic core. But what about in our third generation? In third generation the use of chip technology. What's the size of the chip? The chip size is very small, correct? No, the size of the chip is very small. So third generation ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಚಿಪ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ದಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಚಿಪ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ reduced the size of the computer and also increased the speed and efficiency of the computer. ಆ ಒಂದು ಚಿಪ್ ನಾವು ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಚಿಪ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯಾಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ? ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಚಿಪ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು increase the speed and efficiency of the computer, and also it reduced the size of the computer here. And also finally we can add, or we can use some points in our third generation of the computers. The keyboard and monitor were used. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಡಾಟಾ ಇಂಪುಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಕೀಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. and ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಡಾಟಾ ಇಂಪುಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸಿಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಅದರ ನಂತರ ಡಾಟಾ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ? ಮಾನಿಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ದಿ ಕೀಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮಾನಿಟರ್ were used in our third generation instead of the punched card and the printout. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಪಂಚ್ಡ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ಔಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ they developed a lot for the input and the output operation. input ಗೆ keyboard use ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, output ಗೆ monitor use ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. and later next one, some important features about our third generation. The features of the third generation. So we can say that in our third generation the IC, we know the full form of the IC. The full form of the IC is the integrated circuits. Okay, the integrated circuit on silicon chip were used for the internal operations. For internal operation IC ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. that means for our integrated circuit, and also many mini computer were introduced. The mini computer were introduced. Now it is just only the name is mini. Clear this point here. The computer name is mini computer, but also it is not the mini computer. It is very powerful computer compared to the PC computer. Clear this point here. ಹೆಸರು ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಿನಿ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಅಂತ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದು ತುಂಬಾ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾದ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. It is not a smaller computer. This computer is very powerful computer compared to the micro computer. Clear this point. Or compared to our PC computer. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ PC ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಅನ್ನೇ ಮೈಕ್ರೋ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. PC ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್. ಆ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ some of the types like, or the PC can be classified into desktop computer and the laptop computer. Clear this point here. So this is about our some note in our mini computer. And later next one we can say that the maintenance cost was low. The maintenance cost, maybe computer purchase ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ sure sometime we need to make the repair to our computer, maybe because of some failure. correct no? ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ ಮೇ ಬಿ 20 ವರ್ಷದವರೆಗೆ ವಿದೌಟ್ ಎನಿ ರಿಪೇರ್ ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಮೇ ಬಿ ಮಿಡ್ಲ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ರಿಪೇರ್ ದಿ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್, ಮೇ ಬಿ ಎನಿ ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಆರ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಬಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್, ದಿ ಮೇಂಟೆನೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್, ದಿ ರಿಪೇರಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್, ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ದಟ್. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ದಿ ಮೇಂಟೆನೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಸ್ very low because the hardware failures were rare. The hardware ಫೇಲ್ಯೂರ್ಸ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ವೇರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಕೀಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಮಾನಿಟರ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಪ್ರಿಂಟರ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಮದರ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್? ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ವೇರ್ ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತು ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರಿನ ವಸ್ತುವನ್ನು ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಣ್ಣಿನಿಂದ ನೋಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ವಸ್ತುವಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಹಾರ್ಡ್ವೇರ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್? ಸೊ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ದಟ್ ದಿ ಫೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್, ದಿ ಮೇಂಟೆನೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ was very low here because the hardware failures were rare, and finally the systems, the computer were faster, more powerful, more reliable and smaller in size, cheaper and also had more memory. Clear this point here? So this is all important note about our third generation of the computers. Now last just one recall for our third generation of the computer. We know that year 1964 to 1971 and internal operation ige IC, full form of the IC, integrated circuit, developed by our Jack Kilby. Okay kya? Some important feature IC for the internal operation, mini computer were introduced. Okay, lot of mini computers were introduced, developed in this case here, and also repairing cost, maintenance cost was low compared to our first and the second generation because the hardware failures were rare here, and also the systems were faster, more powerful, reliable, cheaper, and we can store lot of information. So this is about some note in our first, second, third generation of the computers. Thank you.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.